All right. Hello, everybody. How is everybody's Thursday going today? I'm going to wait just for a minute or two, just in case anybody else is hopping in. But hello, everybody. I would like to say that today is a nice day, but it's kind of rainy and it's kind of cold here. We had a beautiful day yesterday. I spent most of my day outside. It was so nice out. Hello, Mr. Moderator, and welcome in. All right, so as you guys can see by the title, we're going to talk about some changes with my stream channel, essentially. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put on some music. Is that the right kind of music? Sure. This is like the playlist I always use, but funny enough, when we had streamed Sims last week, they kind of blocked one of the songs out. I don't know why. But all right, anyway, so yes. Ooh, I need to lower that in my headphones. Hold, please. That was so loud. There we go. All right, I think we're all set now. Yeah, so we're going to do a little chit-chat session today. We are going to be playing a game, but I just want to spend a couple minutes and kind of explain what is going on. If you guys follow me on my Discord server or Instagram, you would have seen that I had made a couple announcements explaining what direction I'm going to be going in with this channel. I have been streaming for 2 years, roughly, on and off. I had to take a break in between because of some real life issues that I was dealing with. But a lot of that has been settled and I've been able to focus more on streaming. So, with that being said, when I first started streaming about 2 years ago, I did a lot of cozy games. We played Animal Crossing. I think we did Sims. I'm not sure Disney Dreamlight Valley was out at that time, but later on, I did pick that up as well. And then I kind of went into this weird direction where I wanted to play games that were really heavily storyline, that had quests that were, you had to do like what I call like a lot of homework. So a lot of the times I'm streaming these games for you guys and I'm not comprehending everything and it's not fun for me. So if you've noticed why is my microphone really loud? Or is it just... Am I peaking too much? Let me know, Mr. Moderator. Does it sound loud? I just looked at OBS and... Okay, it sounds good. All right, I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was like really high up, but as long as I'm not blowing out anybody's eardrums, okay, we're good. But yes, so as I was saying, I have noticed a shift in kind of, I don't want to say like my mental health because I don't stream for money and I don't do this in a way to make money, if that makes sense. I just do it because I want to play games. Of course, I welcome anybody that comes in and says hello. I always say that. But I started to realize that I felt like some of the games that I was playing was starting to become too much like homework for me. So I decided a couple of days ago that I was going to take it back, essentially kind of take my own channel back, and I'm gonna go and play games that I love. Today you guys are going to see a game that I have never shown. I know it's obviously out there, tons and tons of people play it. I think I started this game in the early stages. I think I've been playing for roughly around 2 years, so I'm pretty far in the game. But this game is an MMO-based game. It is a community game. They are still in development. I believe they're still in beta. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this game is more my speed. It's kind of like the games that I've played in the past, but the only difference is that this is constantly being developed. So there will be more quests, more maps involved, more characters. I'm hoping. I mean, I don't know. So yeah. With that being said, I want to pull something up real quick before I announce the game. Did I spell that right? I did. Okay. Because I just want to read off some things about this game. If they have anything. That's... I don't know if that's exactly what I'm looking for. The only thing that's kind of bad about this game is that this game, a lot of their updates are on Discord, so if you guys don't have Discord, you're not gonna, like, see their information. I should have pulled this up before. Okay, I'm on their official website because I'm just looking for something in particular, and then we will get going here. Even their website is not that great. Okay, so how about I just do this? I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, and then I'm going to spend a couple more minutes blabbing, and then we're going to jump into it. So we are going to be delving into a game called Palia. Palia, like I had just said, is an MMO game. It has tons of different things in it. It is a very cozy, very relaxed kind of game. The reason I never streamed it is because a lot of people stream it. And I wanted to be different. I wanted to play older games. I wanted to hopefully attract some different people into my stream, which I have. I have a few awesome people that have joined my little cloud army, as I call it, and I love every single one of you. But yes, so Palia is, like, what's the best way to describe it? It's a fun game. It has a lot of characters. You can fish in it, you can farm, you can hunt. It has quests, you can decorate, which we all know is Lilium's absolute favorite thing to do, and you will see that. I have gone to the nines in some of my areas of my little house, you'll see. Of course, I'll explain as we go. So this is what I'm thinking. Dark Cloud 2, unfortunately, is going to take a back burner. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up again, and I'm not going to say that I will. So I took it off. I think I did. I took it off of my main part of my profile, but I need to go back to my games and edit it. But I decided that I'm going to keep Kingdom Hearts because I do have a guide for Kingdom Hearts, and I think the only reason why I felt so defeated in, what was it, Monday's stream? Yeah, Monday. I'm losing the days of the week here. I think the reason I felt so defeated on Monday was because that level was really hard. I don't know why it had to be so confusing. It was, even with a guide, it was all over the place. But I think we're going to stick with that on Mondays, and I think on Thursdays we're going to play some days Palia, some days Sims, some days Dreamlight Valley, because I would like to get back into that. For all of you that have been with me for a while, that used to be a game I played a lot. I'm very far in that game too. I don't have the newest DLC though, but I kind of want to get through the, I think it's called the Isles of Time. We have a lot of quests that we haven't done over there. So that's kind of the direction my channel is going to go, kind of back into, you know, if that's the right wording, is just, I'm going to go back to doing what I love. And I appreciate anybody who had come over, who had watched me play Dark Cloud. Like I said, it was fun, and I still do like the game, but it's not so much for me, unfortunately. I'm a blabbermouth when I'm streaming, which is really funny because anybody who knows me in real life, I'm pretty shy. But I want games to where I can just play and have fun and just relax. And I hope you guys can appreciate that. And I hope anybody who is joining, I hope you guys like Palia, because this is a game that's near and dear to my heart, and it's something I never planned on streaming because I like to do it off stream. But now I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so let me take a sip of my drink. See, I talk too much. All right. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up Palia. I'm gonna change the title so now people know I'm playing a game instead of just blabbing my mouth off. So why don't we do that real quick? Hey, Dob. I'm not sure how much you heard, but I could do a little recap if you've missed a lot of information. I was just going to go ahead and change the title of my stream real quick and pull up the new game that I'm going to be playing. Well, it's not new. It's been out for, like I said, I think about 2 years, maybe even longer. Mr. Moderator will have to let me know. He also plays the game. Start again. Okay, I'll give you a quick little recap. So long story short, I'm dropping Dark Cloud 2. I will no longer be streaming it on Thursdays. I need to adjust my games on my About Me page about it. And I'm going back to games that I really love. Games that I kind of played when I very first started streaming 2 years ago. So that be Disney Dreamlight, this new game that I'll talk to you about in just a second, Sims, Stardew Valley might come back. I'm also waiting for Haunted Chocolatier to come out. So a lot of like cozy, relaxing games, because I started to feel like it was 2023? Why does it feel like it's been longer? I started to feel like Dark Cloud 2 and a lot of these other games started to become more like homework, and I was not having any fun. I was getting really bummed out because I couldn't progress further into the story, and I didn't want my channel to be like that. I wanted us to have fun and chill and relax, so I'm deciding to introduce a game that I haven't really shown anybody. It is out there, everybody plays it. It's really popular amongst MMO communities. It's called Palia, and Palia is a game where it has multiple things you can do in it: gardening, farming, decorating, quests, and they're still in development. So yeah, absolutely, I want to play what I enjoy, and I want my community to also have fun and enjoy and all that stuff too. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to update this, and then we're gonna put some Palia on, and I'm gonna show you guys what 2 years in a game looks like. But believe it or not, there are some quests in Palia that I haven't done, and they're probably 2 years old. This game is just a relaxed game. It really is.
To the point, I found marijuana in the house.
This stupid
I never
song.
thought of myself as the type of father who'd have...
Shush it. All right. If I could spell. How are you today, Dob, though? How is your Thursday going? Oh, we are still going to play Kingdom Hearts on Monday, because I figured I have a guide for that, and I had explained really quickly that the only reason I think I had gotten stressed out was because that level with the whale is just, it's obnoxious. It was just so confusing. Did I spell that right? I think I did. Okay. I'm doing well. It is kind of cold here today. It's not as nice as it was yesterday, unfortunately. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut off this. I'm gonna pull this up, and then we'll go ahead and we'll swap scenes, and we'll get the game started. All right. Gotta wait for a second for it to load. Perfect. All right. Yeah, so Palia is a lot of fun. It is such a good game if you just want to like chill out, and you like, there are certain aspects where you do have to think a lot, and then there's other aspects where you can just literally spend hours decorating. You know what I didn't do though? I don't know if I can do it now. I guess it doesn't matter. Because I had the music on now that my volume is really, really low. But that's okay. Yes. Yep. You can farm by hunting, and you can farm, like, actually farm. So, this is my house. I don't know if I can get it all in view. Now, like I said, I have been playing for 2 years. I have taken a bit of a break because developers have been doing a lot of things on and off. So I think they have some new things implemented in here. Okay, no worries, no worries. So when you first start off with this game, you start off with, I forgot what they call. I think it's called like a small harvest house, but it's this little guy. This little guy. And then as you get further along, you get the big kahuna over here. Yeah. So I'm just gonna run around the property real quick. I'm not used to showing off this game, so I really don't know how to like describe it very well, if that makes sense. This is my little farm though. I'm currently growing some apple trees. Apple trees are probably the best profit-wise right now. They bring in a lot of money, and you definitely need that when you're first starting out. I don't even know how much money I have. Oh, I have 57,000. Ooh, the festival's also going on today. I should show you guys that as well. But how's the sound? Does it sound okay? Can you guys hear it? Because I turned my headphones down way low, so I hear nothing. Some other things about Palia. You will start off with very basic tools, and you will have to upgrade them as you go. You get exquisite tools towards the end. It's like the last thing you can do while upgrading, so all my tools are purple. They can still break though, so keep that in mind if you are playing this game and you think, oh, well, I got to the last stage of upgrading my weapons. They won't break. No, they will. You still need to repair them, and you need to keep an eye. Actually, all of these, you'll see right here, all of these bars right here, you don't want them to get too low, because if you break them, you go right back to basic tools, and it's a pain to build it back up. So make sure you repair. This is a little tool shop that I have made, and in here is all the crafting things. You can have as many as you want. I don't know if there's a limit. That would be something I'd have to check, but yeah, you craft multiple things in here. And like I said, I'll go along with more information as we progress. But yeah, so you can shade, or I should say, you could paint your furniture different colors. I don't do that too much. But this is where you would craft everything. And they have changed this over time too. In the beginning, it was just like, here you go, here's a bunch of stuff, craft it. Now it's you can go into drop down tabs. You can see things that are ready to craft, things that have never been crafted. So if you're trying to like get bundles, you're trying to complete the bundles, because there's a lot of bundles in this game. You can go down here, you can see what, things that you need to focus on, all that fun stuff. All the different crafters that they supply, all the different decor, because they're always coming out with different themes. There's like a dragon theme. There's like a homestead theme. Yeah, it's a lot. Then we got miscellaneous things. They have fireworks. They have certain arrows for different things. They have flare arrows for when you want to get somebody's attention. Yeah, it is a lot of information. Why don't we go ahead and I will show you guys the very first little house. Now this house has changed because, as I've said, I have moved things around, but this is the first little house that we have here. And I hope Twitch isn't going to be rude and try to mute me on the Palia music. I don't know. Like I said, I've never streamed it. But this is it. This has changed over time, like I said, and this is kind of how it is staying as of now until I get bored and I gut it and I redo it all. But we have a little bathroom in here. little trash can. Things do open and close. One thing I do wish they kind of adapted, which is something kind of cool in Animal Crossing, is like you could not use them, but say like you had a washer machine, you click the washer machine, it would start up and it would act like it was running. Palia doesn't do that too much. But that's it for that little house. Like I said, that's your starter house. And then over here, I kind of divided it up a little bit because you can't connect them. Or at least I can't connect them. There is such a thing as called glitching, which is huge in the community. And some things I can glitch and some things I cannot. And honestly, I don't like to spend the time with it. But you will see things that will be quest-based, like this. And in the garden, we had a couple of things. It almost looks like, if you guys know, if you're from America, there's a thing called rocket pops. This is what this reminds me of. A rocket pop is a popsicle in America that is red, white, and blue in the shape of a rocket. And that's what that tree kind of reminds me of in my garden. But that was also another quest item. And then there's a lot of things in here, like my garden, that are just things that you get over time. All of these items are growable items. So essentially you get them from seeds, like these guys. You would just pick seeds and then you grow them. They throw a lot at you in the beginning, I feel. So when I suggest this game to anybody, I kind of just tell them to start off with farming. Don't worry too much about the quests and just have fun. This game has no time limit, you know. It's literally just to relax and play. But yeah, we get stuffies. Right now, I think the newest stuffy that a lot of people are going crazy for is the rainbow butterfly stuffy, which is part of the bug hunting kit collaboration, and it's one of the hardest bugs to get. But yeah, I still have Christmas stuff up here. I don't remember the last time I touched this game. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. Hey Dante, welcome. How are you? Welcome in. But yeah, like I said, they're big on stuffies or plushies, I guess you could say. They were sending us some, I felt like every couple of weeks. So here's my little community. These guys are called flutter foxes. And they would come in your mail, which would be up here in your news tab, right over here. And yeah, you would just put them down. Like I said, I love to decorate, so my house is very decorated. I'm still working on a couple of the themes. The Emberborn, which is this collection right here. I haven't gotten too much into it. It's kind of a pain to get. You were bitten by a spider? How did that happen? Like, what kind of spider? Poisonous spider? Hopefully not. Maybe just a little baby spider? I hate spiders. Fun fact. Yeah, you guys will see that later on whenever Hogwarts Legacy 2 comes out. Spiders, Lilium, no. This is my main bedroom. This is a room I put a lot of time and effort into. I think a lot of this collection is called the Moonspell collection, and it is beautiful. I love it. We have a couple of huntable plushies here too. We have, they look like deer, but they're called Cernuks. The little guy with the blue horns, he is what we call a disco deer. He's very hard to get in the very beginning. He becomes really easy later on when you play a lot longer. And then we have a basic Cernuk. He's the little brown deer. But yeah, a lot of this is the Moonspell, which kind of fits my aesthetic for my Twitch stream and also just real life. She had the zoomies. Big brown spider. Maybe she came from Australia just for me. Oh no. Oof. You're giving me the shivers. I hate spiders. Hate them. Even little tiny baby ones. I will freak out. This over here is the Dragon Tide. That's what it's called. Called Dragon Tide Collection. And I think I'm close to completing it. I think I have a few more pieces that I need to get done. But the only problem with doing all of this, you guys, if you start to do themed rooms, keep in mind, you first of all need a lot of space, which you of course have to build all these rooms that attach to these houses. You need a lot of supplies, and you also need, you have to essentially buy your property back, if that makes sense. You start off with this little tiny part of property, and then you have to go into the town hall, which we will see here in a couple minutes when I'm done with this. And you start to buy pieces back so you can make your houses bigger and bigger and bigger. But yeah, some things do where you can turn them on and off. So if you turn that off, it will drain. You turn it back on, it fills back up. Simple, but pleasing. All right, so that's kind of like the downstairs area. This is another bathroom. I will say, as much as I love this game, there's no way you guys are gonna fit every little piece of furniture that this game throws at you. We have a 3,000 plot limit. That's it. Once you fill that plot limit up, you have to move on to another plot. I haven't built a second plot. Watch you. You're not gonna fit it up in one plot. There's no way. I haven't delved too much into a second plot yet. I know a lot of people like to do that because there is a thing where you can go ahead and submit your plots and you can earn, what are they called? Like tickets and coins and things like that. If you get views, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so this is kind of basic. It's just these two rooms are basic. And also keep in mind too, a lot of these themes won't have every piece of furniture. So some of them might have toilets, some of them might have bathtubs, but they might not have beds. They might not have counters. They might not have this or that. So you can just pick and choose what you want to do. You don't have to specifically, do what I do and have them all in one room. I love this room a lot. That's a little teddy bear dragon. He's really cute. I forgot where I got him from though. Some of these things do slip my mind because like I said, I've been playing for quite a few years. So I have a lot of stuff. I think this is, what is this, Mr. Moderator? The Bell something, right? I'm slipping on the name. What collection is that? I think these are actually both the same collections. This one and this one. Bellflower, yes, thank you. That's the Bellflower collection. Also, I will make a comment right now. My wallpaper. This has been a problem since I started playing. I have changed. Now, this is a moving wallpaper, which you get later on through a character. It's part of a quest, or actually it's something you can unlock, but you have to do quests in order to get to this point. I've changed it 5 or 6 times. Every time I change it, it goes back to this when I reload. I have told the developers, I have asked for their assistance, and this is what it be. Broken. Just broken. All right. Yeah, so these are more huntable plushies. We have the chappas, which chappas are kind of like squirrels in this game. They're very easy to catch or hunt, I guess, and they're everywhere. Down here is kind of like, I kind of just slap things together. It's kind of like a fancy dining area. And oh, that was the other thing I forgot to mention. You can cook in this game. You're going to want to cook because if you look down at my key bar down on the right hand side, those are all foods that I keep readily available, because on the left hand side, which tells you the level I'm at for, that's furniture, and then my nameplate, which is right above that, there's a bar. That bar is your focus bar. You need that to gain XP. You need the food for the XP. Any 5-star food that you make, you can, or gold star, 5-star, gold star, same thing. You can display if you want. You don't have to eat it. So in the beginning, when I started making a lot of gold star food, I was putting them everywhere. I don't do it too much anymore, but a lot of the food is there. Yeah, gold star. Gold star, 5-star. This is part of the Capital Chic. Like I said, there is a lot, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I just feel like I have to make it mention that there's a lot, and I don't want anybody coming in here and being like, oh, wow, that's really awesome, you know, how did you do all that? Why can't I get to that point? It takes a long time. Don't get defeated. If you start this game and you start to go to other people's plots and you see all this stuff, we have been working for years. It's like anything else, any other game. This is the kitchen. I have to redesign this kitchen like 3 times. You will notice I have 2 stovetops and 2 ovens. The further along in the game you get, the more ovens and stovetops you need, because for some reason they just want to be a pain in the butt and make us find more space for things. These are non-operable. They're strictly decoration, but I thought they were just so cool. They're just so neat. And then, of course, prep tables, which you need 2 of for certain recipes. All right, let's go upstairs. Upstairs is probably one of my favorite areas. This is my collection. And what I mean by that is same thing like with the food. Anytime you get a gold star bug, a gold star fish, you are allowed to display it. A lot of people do this because some of these bugs and fishes are impossible to get, and you might only get them once unless you're part of a big party. I'm not fortunate enough sometimes to be part of big parties, so I play with one other person, and that's really just about it. But yeah, eventually, I believe the developers are supposed to be giving us some form of rooms. I don't know if it's something that we can add on or if it's something they're going to do later on. So I don't know if my whole entire trophy room is going to get messed up, but for right now, this is what it is. And I know it's a little bit hard to see, but like we have a bumblebee. I think that's a fly. All the fish. I have a couple of duplicates because I just love them so much. Rays are really hard to get. Actually, I have a lot of rays. Why do I have so many spotted rays? Why do I have so many spotted rays? We have a couple banners up here from a couple of the little festivals that they do. They typically do 2 festivals, or well, they used to do a festival every year. Now it's every couple of months. But a couple of my trophies from the hunting that I've done. All this fun stuff. More fish, more bugs. Up here are actually physical trophies. So the further along in the game you get, you will start to get trophies for gardening, for decorating, for crafting, for furniture building. What? And we're gonna crash. This does sometimes happen. Are we still live over on Twitch? And if I'm just dead in Palia. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna have to reboot? Are we still okay over here? Are you guys hearing me? Are we having any issues? I'm gonna have to reboot Palia. Because it's not gonna want to work. Alright, give me a second. Give me a second. Yes, it will autosave. Are we live? Am I still here? Gives me a chance to raise my volume up so I can actually hear the game. Okay. No, I'm not sure what was going on. I'm not sure if my internet bleeped or what was happening with that, but we're gonna press on. I do want to test one other thing too while I have you guys here. I'm having issues with my shoutouts recently. There we go. So we're gonna give one for Dob. I know that Mr. Moderator doesn't play too much anymore, but when he's able to, there is his as well. You're welcome. I think I fixed it from last time, so. All right, let me go ahead and sign back in here. We'll finish up the tour, and then I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the cool things we can do. Oh, maybe. I do know that they are kind of working in my area with some of the power lines. So hopefully that doesn't give us any problems. Why can't I log in all of a sudden? What is happening? What? Hold on. How is my password is not incorrect? What is going on with you today? There we go. Wow. Palia is a bit buggy. I'm not sure why. It's 2 years old, but for some reason, it has its moments. And me and Mr. Moderator talk about it often, that we wish this wasn't the case because it is a good game. But it is one of the negative things that kind of makes people not want to play. It's probably the only downside. That, and if you talk to Mr. Moderator, climbing. He hates the climbing aspect in this game. All right. All right, we are back. Okay, cool. So, anyway, the only other things I really have to show you guys is we pretty much, the rest of the upstairs is, like I said, it was just the trophies. Out here we have these trees. These are called flow trees. Flow trees are only obtainable by help. So this is where the community aspect will come in. You need people, multiple people with exquisite weapons. So like you would need an exquisite axe in order to chop these down. You cannot chop them down by yourself unless they're itty bitty. I think maybe not even that size. This size might be the only size that you can chop down by yourself. If you have an exquisite axe, you can't have a copper axe. You can't have, you know, the next axe up from that. You have to have an exquisite one. So a lot of the time, if I see new people and they're just sitting there and they're chopping it and they're chopping it, and I'm just like, would you like some help? I'll run over there and help them. One of the things I will make a quick mention about is when Palia had first come out, it was heavily community based. It was awesome. Once they started to cross-platform, which this game is available on Steam and it is available on Switch, the community kind of went downhill. I know I made a weird noise, but take that for what you will. If you don't care about that and you just want to play single player, you can, but keep in mind there might be a couple of times you do need to have some of the community help you. But for the most part, this can be played single player. Here we have a little patio. Frogbert in the background. Frogbert was... I forgot when Frogbert became a thing, Mr. Moderator. I think he was last year, and I think it was around Easter time, correct me if I'm wrong, and he was in a part of one of the maps called Kilima. So right now we have two maps. We have Kilima, which was the very first map, which a lot of the town folks are in. We have some of the main buildings, which you guys will see here in a couple minutes. And then we have Bahari, which Bahari is still kind of undeveloped. But there are a couple people living over there. It's been a long time. You're right, it's been a long time. And But yeah, there's a couple of characters living over there. There's a lot more hunting, a lot more mining you can do. It's a lot of people like to go over there because it's rich with, like I said, hunting and minerals and all that fun stuff. But yeah, but this is Frogbert. They ended up giving us, I think the littlest one came like a year after, and then we got the big one and medium one. I don't remember. This little area, which I call it a greenhouse, I forgot what they actually ended up calling it, is probably one of my favorites. Now, I don't remember the theme of the collection that I used, but it's one of my favorites, and I have a giant Choppa back here. Isn't he cute? I love him. But yeah, they also have what are called potato pods, which is something that you can collect. You used to be able to collect them a lot when you were signing in. I don't know if they still do that. A lot of these things you guys may not be able to get because, like I said, I am 2 years into this game, and a lot of these things don't exist. But if you are interested in this and you do join and you start to build relationships with other community members, there is a thing called plush trading, and you can go ahead and ask for certain things that you're looking for, so you can also do that. There's also a lot of communities on Discord. There's a lot where you can talk to people and they can explain the game better for you or meet up with you and kind of walk you through it. Yeah. But that's that. Sorry, I know I'm babbling a lot and I'm throwing a lot of information at you guys if you are interested in playing it, but why don't we go ahead and so before we leave, this right here is if you want to visit other plots. So if you have friends that you want to visit, they have to be home. You can't visit them outside. And also you can't necessarily mail them things. So if like you were to get something and your friend needed it, you can't do that. You can work together where you can get those said items, but you can't just give it to them. The other thing you could do if you needed something, but you'd have to have already gotten it, is you can request things, which is available over here. So you can request any item that you have previously gotten, and somebody in the community, if they have it, will more than likely give it to you. You can also say, hey, I requested such and such in chat, and somebody might be like, oh, okay, no problem, I'll give it to you. A lot of the veteran people like myself, I check requests often because I understand what it's like to be a noob in a game, and I'll just give it to them if I have it. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they ask for things that are really hard to get. One of the mining nodes is called Palia. Pallium is really hard to get for newbies. It's also kind of really hard to get for veterans. So I don't really give away that too much. But if they need rock or stone, if they need copper, I have so much of it. Go at it. Go crazy. Over here is the tour board. Yeah, you get renown. You get renown, which I haven't explained what renown is either. But I definitely will in a minute. Over here is the tour board. I had talked about this briefly. This is if you're interested in submitting your plot. I don't know how many plots you are allowed to have, but you'll have your main plot. You can have a second plot, etc., etc., and you would submit it here. People would react to it and essentially vote. You can get things for it if you get top scores, and it was really, really popular when it first came out, and then it started to get a little to the point where we felt like people were just pushing it, and we were like, oh, come to my plot and react so they could get a nameplate. That's what those things are called. So above my name in the left-hand corner is a nameplate. You can get nameplates either by doing quests, which the one that I have right now is from a certain quest, or a temple, I should say. Temple, not quest. And you can get them also by submitting your plot. All right. If you guys are confused by anything, please speak up in the chat, because I know there's a lot of information. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to see some, it's telling me to hydrate, but now we're going to go ahead and see some of the community. And hopefully my internet doesn't act up. So this is Kilima. You don't start here when you first start out your game. You start off in a different section, but you're still in Kilima. Because essentially, you're a human. And the villagers that live here are not used to humans. Humans died off millions of years ago in their eyes. So when you come here, they're like, what are you? What are you here? You know? So it's kind of funny. You kind of learn, you know, all the different characters, and they become so interested in you because you're a human and you're like this outside species. It's kind of funny. Of course, this game does need to make money, so you will see people with costumes, you will see people with little doodads. I don't have any of it. None of it. I've been wanting a costume for a long time, but they cost real life money. So Lilium has not bought anything. I see a Choppa, though. Where did he go? Oh, I have slow arrows on. Oh, sorry. Did I take your kill? Whoopsies. That's the only downside about being a kind of a skilled player with this game, is that I tend to forget that we have fresh new people. And I was so rude just to take that person's choppa. How dare I? Oh shoot. But yeah, so each node will signify what they are most of the time. These do disappear after some time, so it's called despawning. You will see them. It kind of looks like they'll sparkle, and then they'll disappear. So, but I think when they first started this game out, if I remember correctly, if you could hit it once, or you could hit it a couple times, get your minerals, and then that was it. I don't think they would stay for other people. Am I saying that right? I think that's how it used to be. But now if you hit it, other people can still see it and get it themselves, but then they just despawn over time. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense to you guys. Like I said, this is a lot of information to take in. All right, so over here to our left, we have the town hall. The town hall, you can get, what are they called? I'm drawing a blank on some of the wording. So, writs. Writs are what you need to expand your housing. So if you want a big of a house as I got, you need all the writs that they sell. Crafting licenses are essentially, you know, you guys can read it right there. Number of crafters that you can place by one. You have to buy them each and every time. Harvest house. So if you're interested in having multiple harvest houses, you can buy them. Same with grand harvest rooms, fireplaces. But like I said, just keep in mind, everything needs materials. Everything costs money. So those are all things that you need to consider when you are wanting to build and expand. As you can see, gazebo. I have not met some of these requirements because I do not have a housing plot number 2. Somebody in this chat does, and I'm kind of jealous of it, but I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. But a lot of these items I do have. I actually have a courtyard, but because my layout is really wonky on my house, because I am not good at putting pieces together, I have not used it. You can get siding here, wallpaper, all that fun stuff. And it's not just that. You can explore these areas. Yeah. I'm very jealous of your plot, I will admit. I don't know if Kinley's in here. He is the mayor. I say mayor, but he's not a really good mayor. Oh, there he is. Here's one of our characters. Like I said, he's the mayor. And you do want to chat with these guys. if you see them. In the beginning, you really want to chat with all of them. As you start to progress a bit further into the game, I only chat with them if I see them. Because you build up renown, you build up relationships. You need to build up the relationships. There are romantic relationships. Please keep in mind, this is not a kid's game. I'm going to make that very clear. This is not a kid's game. I would say this is probably 16 and up. Some of the things that these characters are going to say are out of pocket and are very spicy. So keep that in mind if you're interested in playing. Because like I said, there is a romantic part to these characters if you so wish to pursue that. Aw, Kenley. Of everyone in our 5-generation household, she was the one I was closest to. Little dumpling.
Enough chit-chat for now.
Yeah. Characters do move around. They will go to bed, quote unquote, go to bed. Other things you can do is you can unlock their rooms essentially into their houses, so you can actually see their rooms, but that's later on. Like, that's actually quest based. But if you do need them for something, you can just, I think it's like, just go and you kind of like go into their room, but not really, if that makes sense. It's like a background. There's a couple of characters I don't have keys to their rooms, I think. But yeah, then this is pretty much just it for that. There's not too much going on over here. They do decorate it very well, though. Kenyatta, which is Kenley and Eshi's daughter, which we have not met Eshi or Kenyatta yet, but Kenyatta can sometimes be seen behind here. She works here. She's a teenager. She is something. She's something. She's a riot, though. Some of the things that she says. Over here is where the blacksmith works. I can't pronounce her name to save my life, though, but I mean, she might be over here in the tavern. So this is a tavern. I believe when you first start, this is one of the first places you're going to go, because you need to meet the one and only Azura. Azura is the guy who kind of keeps this whole little community together. He's, like I said, he's the first one you're going to talk to. He's going to kind of give you your first tools. He's going to explain your plot, and kind of give you the basis of the game. So when I first started, I kind of didn't go here first. I started zipping around other places, but yeah. And every character has a backstory. Some of them are really sad. I don't want to give it all away in case you guys are interested in playing, but I will say Azura's is probably one of the saddest backstories in this game. But here are a few other characters. This is Shane. He is a spiritual healer. Zeki. Zeki's a riot. He sells a lot of items, and he also sells a lot of, oh God, what am I thinking? What's the right word? A lot of items that he shouldn't be selling, essentially. He has a whole underground shop that you can buy things that he wouldn't normally sell in his main shop. Yeah, upgrades. Yeah, we can go with upgrades. Okay, I'm gonna try. This is the blacksmith. Safu? Is that how we pronounce her name? Safu? Sifu? Sifu. Right? I don't know. Her name kind of trips me up. How are we enjoying it, though, so far? Are we getting overwhelmed? Are we liking it? I'm having fun. This is a lot of fun. I love explaining this game because, like I said, this game it's fun. It is a lot of fun. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you want something just to chill out and play, I mean, this is definitely it. Sweatpants guy. What a name. That, and some of the things they say are not extremely appropriate for children. There are some spicy things that they say. Let's just word it this way, like if you've ever read some smut books, that's kind of the thing that they're going for. They say more than just that. I think, oh, Siberia's room. I think I can go in her room. Yeah, no porn, no porn. Just some not appropriate things. Yeah, adult, yes. Some references to adult themes, some innuendos, things like that. We're gonna step into Siberia's room. I don't know if you guys get her right away. If she comes into Kilima immediately, if you start a new account. For us, people who have been playing for a long time, she was introduced to us. We had to unlock her. She does not leave her room. She is part of the Order, which, like I said, I don't want to give everything away to you guys in case you are interested in playing it. But let's just say she's part of the Order. She kind of, her job is to watch over Kilima and make sure nothing shady is going on. But I think the developers have made it to where she is automatically implemented now and you don't have to worry about unlocking her. I could be wrong. But this is her room. I think she also has a lot of the moon spell stuff like I do. I think that's her theme. Each character has a theme. I have never talked this much in my life. Whew, I'm getting winded. We'll step into Azure's room and then you guys will see something and kind of get a little bit of an idea of to why his story is really sad. I think he has the homestead collection. But here's a good example about some of the upgrades that you can get with your weapons. You start off on the left-hand side, which is a really basic rickety axe. And then you move up to the Exquisite, which is the purple one. I'm just going to leave this information here. You guys do with it what you will. Who regulates magic devices? I can't get into this room. I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be another person's room or not. Hint, hint, wink, wink. We'll find out later. Oh, right. Yes, the Order. All right, let's move on. We're just gonna just jump. I don't think I'm gonna show you guys that section just yet because we need to continue on through the little town. So, oh, he is here. This is Gel's shop. He sells costumes, but as I had mentioned before, to me, I feel like this whole section is useless because unless you're willing to pay physical money, there's really nothing here besides to see him and continue on with his story. That's it. Sometimes they'll give us little things like they just recently implemented the women to be able to have braids. So if you guys can see, I have 2 different colors in my hair. But the costume that I'm currently wearing is a base game costume, but they do come out with really cool stuff. It's just really expensive. Would I ever make guides for this game or just enjoy the playthrough and advice through streaming? Maybe. That's actually a really good question because I do know a lot about this game. Of course, I would have to make sure that I have all the wording correctly for all the different little bits and pieces about this game. But right now, I'm just having a lot of fun blabbing to you guys about all of this stuff. Oh, hello. I didn't even see the person run behind me. Okay, so that's Gel. I think Gel's part vampire. I mean, come on, look at him. Doesn't he look like a vampire? He kind of does. This is Tish. So we haven't met him yet, but okay, bye Tish. Rude. Tish is the woodworker in Kilima. She makes a lot of the furniture. Normally what you can do when you're first starting off is you can buy one piece from her, and then you can start to get recipes to develop more pieces later on. But she has a brother named Reth, and I think Reth is probably at this time down in the underground market. But we'll show off Tish's little place, and then we'll show down. Can't talk. We will show the underground market. But yeah, so she sells some things. All these things you can make, so don't feel obligated to buy them. I mean, if you want to, absolutely go ahead for it. But like the Ravenwood, that's a collection. Ranch House, collection. If I'm making sense, you know. Everything can be built. But if you want to be lazy and just pick up something really quick, then go for it. But you will always pay more for it. Just keep that in mind. It will always be more than if you were just to build it yourself. All right. This is Zeki's. This game does celebrate holidays too. So we do have Christmas. I don't think they call it Christmas though. They call it something else, like holiday something or other. They also do Halloween. And I think that might be about it. I don't know if they do anything like for Easter or spring related, but the two major holidays, they do things. And normally there would be like a little register here where you can buy like the Christmas trees that I have, or pumpkins or spooky candles or things like that. So this is Zeki's little general shop, I guess you could say. All this stuff is irrelevant. It's just literally decoration. Besides these two things. This is a backpack upgrade. You definitely want to do that because as you can see, I think I'm maxed out on my backpack. This has also changed over time. But these are for the backpack upgrades, and then they started implementing this later on when we got further into the game, where you have your ammo, and then these are quest items. But you definitely want to upgrade because otherwise you're only going to have like this first line, I think, and it fills up really quickly. Over here, ammo pouch. I haven't fully upgraded my ammo pouch. I probably could, but I don't want to. But yeah, same thing. You can upgrade your ammo pouch to max it out so you can have a lot of ammo and a lot of stuff. Oh, I should mention, because you guys won't be able to do this immediately. This right here, I think this is part of a quest that you have to do with Zeki. And you have to be able to unlock this to get to the underground market. But like there's this like little book you gotta pull, you pull that out, and then you guys will get to see all the fun things that are down here. Loading times can be finicky depending on how many people are on a server. All right, so each night, I think it's at 6 o'clock, which we have a clock on the right-hand side, right above the little, wow, why am I drawing a blank? Compass, right above the compass. I think it's from 6 to 3. I could be wrong. Mr. Moderator will probably correct me in the chat. But Zeki, quote unquote, will put these items down and they'll be different. But to be honest, for me, I have a lot of this stuff. So I kind of I look at it, and if there's something that catches my eye, I might get it. But if you are interested, there is a website out there where, well, there's two things. There's Palia Wiki, which is really good for beginners. You might want to look into that. And then there's also a website, I can't remember what it's called. But it kind of gives you an area where you can check mark off things that you need in your bundles to be like, okay, I did this bundle, now I need to get a couple of these things to complete that bundle, etc., etc. I don't know, I just, for my brain is not working on certain things. So this area has also changed a lot over the years. This is where, like I mentioned before, where you can, oh, that's stickers. Well, that's new to me. Where you can trade your plushies. So if you want to open a trade and somebody has something you're interested in, you can swap. This is where we play Hot Pot. Hot Pot is so much fun. Hot Pot was introduced at one of the festivals. I want to say it was the Lunar Festival. I could be wrong. It is a card game. You are essentially matching sets. You need 3 sets of one thing of each, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to throw out some things. You guys won't 100% know it, but mushrooms, like Anaki mushrooms, you would need 3 of those. You would need, say, 3 dumplings, etc., etc. Once you get all 3 sets, as long as nobody else beats you, you win. And you get Zeki coins. Every time you get Zeki coins, you can come over to this wheel, you can spin the wheel, and you can get a lot of cool prizes. The number one thing people are after every time are plushies. Plushies are big ticket items. You can also get fireworks, which is why I have so many. You can get money. You can get furniture. You can get garden stuff. All that fun stuff. But yeah, Hot Pot runs until about 3 a.m. when the market shuts down. And when I play every round. So that's why I'm not showing you guys right now. Because it is a bit time consuming. And sometimes the tables take a bit because people are unfamiliar with the game, or their internet's kind of slow, or, you know, whatever it may be. But I don't play just one game. I play the entire time. So I will usually come down here from 6 to 3 a.m. in game time and just play Hot Pot. Here is Reth. Like I said, Reth works upstairs in the tavern and downstairs because he is quote unquote works with Zeki, I guess you could say. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah. Reth is the only character that I have a romantic relationship with. If you wanted to, this is just an option. You can have a romantic relationship with all of your village characters. Actually, you know what? I lied. I think I have 2. I think Einar. I think I have a romantic relationship with Einar too. But yeah. Let's see if he says anything weird. So if you flirt with Ref, hey, good looking, what's cooking? Actually, wait, you should ask me that. Go on, I'm waiting. All right. What are you cooking? No, you forgot the good looking. Ouch, sweet tooth, that stings.
You make me glad I moved here.
I don't think you get any negative effects if you don't say the correct thing. Oh, for our relationships? Yeah. Whew. All right. So, I'll do a little rundown of the menu really quickly. This is relationships. Like I mentioned, you need to build up relationships with every villager between Kilima and Bahari in order to continue on with their specific story and quests, which will eventually open up also main story quests. So there's two different quests, I guess you could say, main story and friendship quests. You want to get them to at least level 5, which is the max level as of right now. As you can see, I don't have everybody done because this part is time consuming. But yeah, so these are all of the villagers. Ah, I do have a romantic relationship with Einar. Einar is one of my favorite characters. There's Eshi and Hassan and Hekla and Hodari and Jel and Gina and Kenley and Kenyatta and Najima. Wrath, you guys will see that it's maxed out. There's a lot of people. Tao, Tao, you cannot have a romantic relationship, you weirdos. Tao is a plumhound. He's a doggy. He's really cute, though. He will, most of the time, be walking around with Hassan unless he glitches. And then sometimes he'll be off in the distance somewhere. But yeah. Over here are accomplishments. So if you are interested in trying to 100% this, you can do that. You can get every bug, every fish, every piece of furniture. Some of these things I have completed. As you guys can see, some of the things I'm working on. And if you guys are interested and you're enjoying this stream, we can do some of these things together. Then maybe they won't feel like work to me, and we can just chat and do it. Quests. This has also changed. This never used to be here. I don't know. They got fancy, I guess. Some of the quests I need to do, like I said, some of these are discovery, which would be like your main story quests. Or actually, I guess it wouldn't be. Well, I kind of feel like it is. Villager quests, all that stuff. Maps, you won't see a map for the underground, but once you go above it into Kilima or Bahari, there will be a map where you can see the villagers and where they're going and all that stuff. And then, yeah, my inventory. All right. What is she wearing? What is that? Oh, that's one of the new masks. Sorry, that was weird. I was like, what the heck was that? Oh, whoops. There we go. Yeah, but I want to hear from you guys. What do we think about this game? Is there achievements in this game? Yeah. What I just showed in my stats menu are all achievements. So when you complete those things, you get trophies. So all right here are all your accomplishments, and you can get trophies for them. Like I had showed in my house. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot you can do in this game, and they're always adding more things. I think every month on a Tuesday is when they do some form of upgrading. No, it's okay. Don't be sorry. Yeah, so every Tuesday at the end of the month, the developers will shut the servers down. They'll go in and they'll do patch updates. They'll add things. They'll fix things that were broken in the previous patch. Sometimes, this is why you also need to have a Discord if you guys are interested in it, because you need to be updated on. Sometimes they do patch updates where they'll just shut it down for a couple of minutes. Sometimes they'll shut it down for a couple of hours. And if you're not on Discord, you will not know, because they don't use any other form of advertising. They are still I want to say they're still small, but they have joined with another company, which is much bigger, out of California. So they used to be on Eastern Standard Time, which is my time. And then they went over to California. So now a lot of their workers and people who work on these servers are over there. So typically their upgrades will run for what would be my time. I think they do it from like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. roughly. All right. Let's see. Do a little bit more exploring of Kilima. I haven't really showed you guys the back of it yet. So, this is where Shane resides most of the time. It's kind of like a little, I guess you could call it like a little church. It's, like I said, he's a healer, a doctor. He's somebody you can go to if you want to talk to, like if you need a therapy session and all that stuff. He's your guy. You'll see a lot of broken ruins. I think if I remember correctly, that humans used to live in this area, and after some catastrophe, everything got broken and the humans left, and that's why a lot of these characters are so confused as to why all of a sudden these humans started showing up. But they're kind of growing fond of us, and they say kind of cute things every once in a while, saying, oh, we're really happy the humans are here, and you know, things like that. This is, I always say his name wrong, I call him Bataroo. He's the one who runs this farm, but this is Nio and Ani. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but that's her. They all live here with Bataroo. And then these, which I would love to have on my plot, are called Amaroos. They are like cows. Or Highland cows, which is Lilium's favorite cow. They're just so derpy looking. I love them. So, Bataroo or Baru or however you want to pronounce it. Like I said, I'm not the best at pronunciation. He says a lot of corny things. He says a lot of jokes that revolve around vegetables or fruit or things of that nature. He's kind of like the comedic relief. I think his jokes kind of stink, but that's just me. I could see where they were going with it, but actually we could see exactly where he is. So this is the map I was talking about. So if you wanted to, you could highlight a character, and you'll see right here, they pop up right on your compass. So for me, I get lost extremely easily in this game, so I do this a lot.
Always nice to see you around these parts.
You might be a big deal around these parts, but I bet I can teach you a thing or two about farming. I never quite got used to getting up with the rooster. Every time I hear it, I shout 5 more minutes at the pecky shed. Peaky shed? Pecky shed?
Back to the same old for me.
It's funny that they show that we can grow pumpkins. We can't grow pumpkins. How rude. Maybe in a future update, but we can't grow pumpkins as of right now. All right, and if we keep going around, and of course, all these trees are pretty much choppable. There are a few trees that you can't, that are just for strictly decoration. Normally, like the really big ones, you can't chop down. But there's also things you can pick up, like spice sprouts. You need those for cooking. And like I said, you can hunt, so if you see anything out here, you can. I know, I wish they would put that in. I think eventually they will. Maybe in there is a new map in the works. So maybe they'll put it in that new map. You'll see the bugs jumping around. Bug hunting was the bane of my existence, but unfortunately, if you want to continue on with the bundles, and I will show you guys where you'll deposit all that stuff. I'm not going to enter in any of the temples today. I have completed all of the temples. Right now, I'm currently working on bundles. But yeah, I'll show you how that works here in a minute. Over here, we have a broken boathouse. So chappas will disappear. They like to burrow into a hole. Cernucks will just run. So if you don't get them right away, don't panic. You can just chase after them. Any glowing bug is a gold star bug that you can display. Any gold star fish will usually have a couple of ripples in the water. That's how you know it will be a gold star fish. If you don't care so much about that, you can just fish. I'll show you guys that really quickly. And after I'm done all explaining this, if you guys are interested and you want to keep seeing this game, we can just play as normal. It won't be so, like, information heavy. I don't even know what I have attached. So there are 2 different worms. You need both of these worms in order to get certain fish for the temple bundles. Glowworms are a bit more of a pain to get, only in the fact that you have to have these crafters and you have to make them, and they take a long time. Same with these, but they're a bit easier. A lot of these games have aspects where they all have different things that you need. I did not mean to cast out that far. And also, I will make a mention, if you're still here, I like the fishing better in this than I do in Dark Cloud 2. I'm just gonna say it. I hate the fishing in Dark Cloud 2. Oh my god. What? Sorry, I got really quiet. I never catch a ray. That was so cool. I never catch a ray like right off the bat like that. Like I mentioned before, rays are really hard to catch. And I don't know how I caught that. It must have been like perfect timing. I don't even know what time rays spawn at. Wow, I impressed myself. Well, so that's how you fish. Quite easy. I do feel like mining is kind of like self-explanatory. You just hit rocks. I mean, nothing too important. Up over here is... They don't do cemeteries. So I might need to be kind of like... I might need to have some more information being told to me about this, but from what I understand is that these are where their bodies aren't here, but their spirits are, if that makes sense. But people come here to obviously pay their respects. I think in this culture, they put their body somewhere else? I might be wrong. Alright, and then I think we're just going to show the very back of Kilima. In the left-hand corner, I feel like a tour guide. In the left-hand corner, we can see, that is Eshi and Kenley and Kenyatta's house. Of course, they have the largest house in Kilima because they are pretty much quote-unquote rulers of the town. Also, sometimes just for shits and giggles, I like to read people's names because some of their names are so out of pocket. I'm like, how did you guys get those approved? That one's not too bad. Her costume is cute, though. Little mushroom. I don't know, you guys. We'll have to make a vote. Do you think I should buy a costume? I just don't know if I want to justify spending the money. But it's been 2 years. I mean, it's not like I'm giving up the game. Yours got flagged immediately, like before we even started playing this game. So this is Einar. Einar is my favorite character. I forgot what he's called, and I'm sorry. There's a specific term for him, but he's essentially a robot.
The way your face flaps move captivates me.
Face flaps. Einar is very straightforward. He doesn't have too many emotions, and he says exactly what's on his little mind. I would say that it's a pleasure to see you, but I know not pleasure, only oneness. I had to separate the pebble you recently brought me from the other pebbles. He was being troublesome. Now, if we flirt with Einar, do you need something? If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together. Yes, it would be much more efficient if all the vowels are located together. But then we would not know where to put Y, so perhaps it is for the best. I would not want to leave Y out.
Return when you are feeling
So that's Einar. Einar reminds me, if you guys have ever seen the show Big Bang Theory, there is a character in that show called Sheldon. Sheldon and Einar are pretty much identical. Very emotionalist. Well, Einar's not a human, but kind of on the same level. Here, I'll just show you guys mining because I haven't showed it. Like I said, it's very... Ooh. You also see the experience that you get from it. That's something that they just implemented, I think, in the last... Not the last update, but I think the update before. Alright. So that is pretty much Kilima. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into Bahari next. And then we'll just play around. Maybe I'll show you guys some hot pot. We could do some more hunting. And then I think in the next stream, we will do some quests. Oh yeah, I do need to actually, hold on. I promised I'd show you guys this and I didn't. We're going to run backwards. I'm going to show you where you would deposit things for temples. Because like I mentioned, how many temples are there? 4, 5 temples. And you need to have all these temples done in order to continue on with the story. So like I said, there is a new map coming. I'm trying to get one last bug for this temple, and so when I go into the new map, everything that needed to be done temple-wise is done. I'm not too concerned about the villagers' relationships. I'm not too concerned about their particular quests. I just want to get the temple stuff done because it's only going to get more difficult as we jump into the new map. There's 4? Okay. I couldn't remember, if it was 4 or 5. Thank you, though. The temples are fun. Most of them. There are a few temples that are pretty tedious. And if just let you guys know, if you are part of a party and you do enter into a temple, you cannot get help from your from your friends. You have to do it all by yourself. They will completely separate you, and I don't know if they'll put you on 2 different servers, but yeah, you can't work together. Yeah, so the Night Sky Temple is where you would deposit everything, and like I said, that's right in Kilima. So. Yeah. 4 temples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 temples. And most of these, like I said, are all done. But we have one. I think it's this one. This sucker right here. Let's talk about this for a quick second. For anybody who does actually play this game and who are really aggravated at the moment, I am not happy with the developers. Let me tell you why. So, after I decided to take a long break, Mr. Moderator's already going off. I haven't even explained myself. Let me explain. I had taken a long break from streaming. I had gone really hard with this game, and we'd gotten a lot done. Come back after some time to try to get this bug. This rainbow-tipped butterfly is an extremely hard bug to get for 2 reasons. 1, it is like an epic bug, very rare spawn rate. 2, developers have made a plushie for it, and if you guys remembered, like I had said previously, you can get plushies from hunting, fishing, well, now fishing, and bug catching. See the problem? Okay. So everybody and their mom right now is out here trying to get this bug. Also, I just want to make a mention. If you're a part of a party and you get this bug, great. Everybody gets this bug. If you're not part of a party and somebody steals your bug from you, that's it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You can bitch, you can whine, you could tell the developers, they won't care. So, Until the whole plushie thing kind of calms down, we won't be getting this bug, unfortunately. But it's literally the last thing I need. And then all of these temples are done. So, take that for what you will. Yeah, there have been recently people who have been streaming this game have maxed out servers. And they've all been working together. And I don't know how many plushies they have. Like, hundreds. It's been insane. Why do you need so many? Save some bugs for the rest of us. I did forget to show off this part, though. So we haven't met her yet, but Hecla is another robot. She is the protector of Gina, which Gina you would meet immediately after you come into the game. There she is. There's Gina, and there's Hecla. Hecla also doesn't have personality, and I don't really care for her, but we'll chat. This is what I mean sometimes by out of pocket. This isn't spicy, but you question, right? we question. This is out of pocket. What are you doing with that potato? What are you doing? Oh, Lord. Okay, moving on. Now we can go ahead. Actually, no. What am I missing? Oh, there is so much to show you guys. And if I miss some things for anybody who is joining me and they're like diehard into Palia, I'm sorry. I'm trying to show my community the most that I can, but there is a lot. What haven't we seen? I think the only other thing we haven't seen was Maji's Hollow and where the dragon is, right? I think. Phoenix Falls is where you guys will actually start your game off when you first make an account. And then you'll start entering in where the house plots are from. You do have, we'll just talk about this for real quick. You do have a return to housing plot. There is a cooldown time. I think it's 20 minutes. So you say like your inventory gets full and you want to go back. You can click that, but then you got to wait another 20 minutes. You can also go to, what are they called? Like fast travel points, which you might want to do when you first start out. They do cost a little bit of money, but that's another way you can go back to your house a little bit quicker. Right here is obviously your legend, where it'll tell you available quests if you have your quests on your toolbar. Important dialogue from some of the villagers, housing plots, all that fun stuff. You will see when we go into Bahari, a lot of people will do... they'll put in chats like symbols or little abbreviations for things. A couple of those things are FT, then they'll give us a section. So they'll say like FTB6 or D6 or something like that. That means there's a flow tree, and they might even flare it for some people who aren't really good with coordinates. You can run over there and you count them, you can ignore it, it doesn't really matter. And they'll say that for a lot of certain things, which we might actually see in chat as we get into Bahari. We'll go see the dragon shrine. Or you get stuck, yeah. So when I first had started, one of the things that wasn't really communicated well was when we would glitch out into certain things. We didn't know how to get unstuck. They have since fixed that. It is actually when you hit escape and you go into the main menu, there is a unstuck button, but in the beginning, hold on, I'm getting sidetracked. That's what I mean when I said they're despawning. They flash. But so we would have to figure out how we could get unstuck. Later on, we figured out if we hit /unstuck in chat, that would work. So yeah, I'm going to show off the Dragon Shrine, and then I think that's literally going to be it for Kilima. If I missed anything, it's okay. We can come back to it. Because I haven't really talked about Renown. And Renown is something that you are going to want to get, especially in the beginning. So, this is kind of their religion. I'm going to take that off because that's going to annoy me if it's still on there. So, they believe in some form of a dragon. They believe the dragon is a healer. They believe that he is just an all-around, you know, good thing to have. He, like I said, it's their religion. So, renown is needed in order to level up, in order to progress your focus bar, and all that. So you can earn renown, like I said, either by talking to villagers every day, and I'm drawing a blank. Talking to villagers, doing quests, eating certain foods sometimes, and then you would want to come over here. There's actually 2 different areas, I think. Yeah, fulfilling requests. So you come over here and you would give 100 of your renown to boost up your focus bar. Yeah. I don't know, Dob. Maybe I should make a guide. Okay, no worries. But yeah, that's the shrine. And Phoenix Falls is another area where you would go to essentially donate renown to upgrade yourself. That makes sense. Let's go to Bahari. Bahari's fun. As you could see, I have a little flag next to the entrance of Bahari because I have quests that I have yet to do. And over here, down over here, if you keep following the string of lights and the little paper lanterns, there is a festival market. They do the market every month. It used to be once a year, like I had said, but now they do it every month. And you can go there and you can get prizes and you can do games. They have a choppa chase. They have I think it's, you hit like choppa balloons and you can get other cool prizes and coins for Zeki's thing. And then you run into situations like this. Both doing it. Sorry. I don't know, that's so funny to me. So I think there's 2 or 3 people who live here. I think it might just be Hodari and Tamala. Yeah, this area is pretty undeveloped for villager wise. It's rich in mining and hunting and fishing and all that. This is also an area where you can participate in what's called a flow grove. So every night in game at midnight, a flow grove will appear. And that's where coordinates started coming into play. People would say flow grove is at B6, and sometimes they would flare it. And this is where the courtesy thing kind of played in. Now, I'm just going to talk about this really quickly because, as I said, I've been playing from the start. And everybody plays this game differently. So if you are watching, and like I said, if you are really into Palia, and if I upset you, I'm sorry, but this should be common practice. So we're going to stay here for a second. When Palia had come out, like I had mentioned, it was a very community-based game. This has changed. What I mean by this is that, especially with flow groves, a lot of us can now just have flow trees on our plots because we are so far into the game. There is a quest where you can where you work up to that point where you can start to get flow seeds. Flow seeds grow flow trees, which gives you flow. Flow is a magical power that is technically illegal in Kilima and Bahari. It's like one of the most powerful things you can have, according to these characters. But flow trees were really sparse in the beginning. They were really, really sparse. It was hard to find them, and people were just knocking them out really quickly. One of the things you can do to get more flow trees is you can start chopping a lot of trees in the area, and more flow trees will appear. Sometimes you can get onto a server where you can just get a lot of flow trees. It all depends. But that's why the developer said, hey, we're going to try this out, and we're going to see how it works. So they developed flow groves. When this had first started, everybody was with an understanding that 3 a.m. was chop time. We would all get up there, we would sit, or we would, sometimes people put down honey lures. Honey lures are used to draw in some bugs, some rare bugs, regular bugs, etc. So people would kill time doing that. Or sometimes they would just chill, go get something to eat, come back, and wait till 3 a.m. That's changed. It's getting to the point where it's kind of sad because a lot of people, a lot of new people, don't get the enjoyment to be able to participate in this because they'll call out a flow grove and then people immediately chop it. And that kind of leaves new people stuck. So, yeah. There are some downsides to playing MMOs, and there are some good. You just have to find the good from the bad, unfortunately. Also, I will say I do love the music in this game. Oh yeah, look around for Bahar for anything. Oh yeah, big family blowout. That was the last quest I was working on. It's been that long. But yeah. Bahari is really good, like I said, if you're looking for Pallium. Pallium is only available in Bahari. And there's other things that you can get to be able to find it. I think a compass will help you, which is a recipe that you can receive from Hodari. Hodari is the one who runs the mines over here. And that will bring you, it will show you different nodes. It's not going to guarantee you Pallium, but it will bring you to some of the larger nodes that you can find throughout the game. I don't like the mines. Reason being, I get lost in them. They're just a big circle, but I still get lost. What was that? Nope, iron. Pallium looks like a purple shiny rock, and it makes a different noise when hit. I'll try to show you guys what it looks like, but I might not be able to. But how are we liking? Ooh! Ooh, I just found it. That's actually a decent sized node too. Oh, okay. Well, rude. So, since I am nice, I'm going to flare this for somebody. Ooh, I'm running low on flares. And because I hit it, I don't have to worry so much about it running away from me. As long as you hit the node or the tree, you will get whatever is hit. So say like, for instance, well, that was a good one. That was 10. Say, for instance, you chop one of the flow trees in a grove. Okay, if you hit it once, you're going to get it after somebody chops it. Same thing with the nodes. If you hit it once, you're going to get it. So you don't have to panic. I'll just leave that be. I'm not going to announce that out in chat. They can find it. Yeah, yeah. You should, if you're interested, you should definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you guys, but I kind of just want to give a good insight as to what this game is because it's got a lot of stuff. It's got a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of people would really like it. I know when Palia had first come out, a lot of people were like, oh, it looks kind of girly. And it's free too, also. You don't have to worry about paying for it. Should be free on Steam, should be free on their website. Don't play it on Switch. Just don't. On Switch, it's awful. So what you see on PC is like peak version. It's like the most prettiest version you can get. You play it on Switch, you're going to get some funkiness. It's going to look weird. So I really suggest for you to play it on the PC, if you're able to. It is kind of a heavy game. I was surprised it was for free. Is there a bit of Yeah, a little bit with the costumes. But it's not to where you have to do it. You don't need it to buy weapons. You don't need it to progress in the game. Do quests, any of that. It's literally, the microtransactions are for cosmetic, like just cosmetic based. If you want skins for your tools, if you want costumes, all that. Welcome back, Mr. Moderator. Also, you missed, I got a large size pallium. Mr. Moderator has absolutely no luck when he's looking for pallium. Unless he uses a compass. And even then, it's sometimes not guaranteed. Oh, I will make a mention that these chappas and cernuks in here are a little bit harder to hunt. You do need to have what is called slow arrows. I think we have like, I think we have 3 different arrows. Copper arrows, which is your basic arrows that you can use. Those are really good for Kilima. Slow down arrows, which is used for, like I said, in Bahari, because you have to hit the animals multiple times. Dispel arrows, which is for our magical creatures. What am I missing? Iron? I don't really use that one. Let's look. No. Fine arrows. A regular arrow that deals high damage. I never use those. Slowdowns are my most... And these do have to be crafted. Okay, yeah, so I did say them all. Yep, standard. Okay. Flint. Flint for what? The basic arrows are stone. Oh, okay. Basics. All right. Yes, I think you're right. It's been a while. It's been a real long while. Come here, you. Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted, because I didn't change my arrows. Whoopsies. Just ignore the flare. It doesn't mean anything. Ooh, come here. I want that too. Ooh, briar daisy. Need those. Always need briar daisies. Ooh, there's another one over here. One of the things that you guys will realize if you do play this game is that you're going to be running around a lot. And you're going to not always go in the direction that you think you're going to go to because you're going to get distracted. So, that's part of the fun, I guess. I get distracted very often. I'll be going one way, then we'll be going another way. Okay. Mr. Moderator's having a day. Ooh, another briar daisy. I hear a bug. Nope, nothing I need. Sometimes you'll get rare bugs too if you mine. So like if you hit a certain node. Typically iron or pallium. Depends, I guess. You can get rare bugs. So it is 6 o'clock in-game. we could start heading over to Kilima and I can show you guys some Hot Pot. Because that's a fun card game. Like I said, it's a little bit confusing in the beginning, but there's a lot of people here that will help you. And like I said, I'm not trashing the community. The community can be really good. There's some really awesome people that play, and you just gotta ignore all the negative people. That's all. All right, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna return here, take a drink. You also want to sell things that you aren't going to use or that you have a plethora of. You can hoard in this game, and you can organize in this game, which is really awesome, but don't keep so much of one thing because I think you can only max out your item slots to 10,000. Yeah, so it's 10,000 that you can max out to. Once you reach that, you're kind of screwed. So you'd have to kind of go through and see like what you wouldn't need. So like for me, I'm really bad. I hoard a lot of stuff because you never know when you're going to need it. And sometimes these bundles will need things that we didn't think they'd need, and then we're kind of like, damn it, now we got to go and search for it again. But I have a lot of, like, my biggest problem is the material section. You can see I have 889 iron. I have a lot of stone. I have a lot of flow wood, but that's also because I can grow flow seeds and have flow trees on my plot. So, that's a lot, but pallium, always want to keep pallium. Iron, I'm going to sell. Stone, I'm going to sell. Keep this. Keep the copper. You can also have what's called a locked chest. So say like you make a specialty food or you have a special fish and you don't want it to be taken out of inventory when you're making a recipe or doing crafting, you could throw it in here and nothing will be touched. The only way this stuff is to be touched is if you put it back into your main inventory or back into one of your treasure chests. So I collect a lot of the gems when I mine because I have a feeling with this next map, they're going to need them. It's just like one of those gut feelings. So I have been hoarding those. Let's go back to my main one. We'll sell that. We'll sell that. Keep that for cooking. Napa weed is literally useless. Most of the time. I think there's like a few recipes you need it for, but most of the time you don't. How much is he worth? Wow, he's 1045, but he's not a gold star. But he's an epic fish. I don't know. I don't want to sell him. It also tells you, you have like, I think 2 or 3 times. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I guess I'll just have to moderate my chat a little bit more. No, most of you guys are fine. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, this tells you how much you'll get for the items that you have. And like I said, you can scroll over and it will tell you the value. And it will tell you in parentheses how much you would get if you sold that entire stack. Okay, no worries. We should get over to Hot Pot before the tables get filled up. Of course, some people might also be at the market. There are people who've also, I've done it myself. I haven't played with my family yet because like I said, explaining the game is hard, but there is a free printable of the Hot Pot game that you can play in real life. It takes a lot of printer paper and a lot of ink. But you could print off all the cards and you could play with your family. Somebody made that a while back, I think, and they just made it for free. So that's kind of nice of them. Hey, Dova. We're about to play some hot pot in Palia. As long as one of the tables are open. How are you today? What happened to this chair? I don't remember it being like that before. Here, I'll join your table. So I won't play as many games as I normally would, because like I said, I usually would start from like 6 or 7 in-game time to 3 a.m. to play these games. But I'll just show you guys how these games work. So you have all these cards right down here, and essentially, like I said, you want to match 3 to a set. So you can pull from here, you can pull from here. You do have a timer, so sorry, I'm gonna have to run through this kind of quickly. I don't want that. So say like if you want 3 of these mushrooms, 3 garlic, etc., etc. It's not too hard of a game. Oh, I'm sorry that you're bored. Sorry to hear. Ooh. So we can discard that. Someone might grab that, or they might pull from the deck. All depends. Not streaming today, Dova? Oh my goodness. All right, dog. No. Now see, I could take this. And you can always, like, say like you get 2, but you never get that 3rd one. You can go for something else. You don't necessarily have to keep going. This game confused the hell out of me when I first started it. And I believe you have to have 2 Zeki coins in order to get anything off of the wheel. My dog is snoring so loud. Surprised you guys can't hear him. Alright, so there's my 3rd. So this set's done. You don't have to worry about getting any more of these. So now I need to get 1 more of these, and then I gotta figure out what's gonna be my last set. But I could also lose in the time that I'm trying to decide. And like I said, some of these people play really quickly, some of them play really slow. It just depends on what kind of table you get. Some people also do what's called spam pot, which they start to call out in chat as to who's doing what. They're like, oh, I need this. Can you give me that? Oh, I need that. Can you give me this? All right, so now we're going to go for lobster, and I forgot what those were called. Oh, sweet. Okay, so now if I get 1 more of these, I can win. And we're on round 11, so I might not. Nope. A lot of Enoki. Don't need those. Come on. Nope. Essentially like gambling, I guess you could say. Don't need heat root. God, no one's won yet? I say that and someone's gonna win on the next watch. Oh, come on. Don't be— oh, give me that. I need that. I need that. Don't you— yeah, yes. Yes. And that's how you win Hot Pot. You need 3 of a kind. You can also do category matches, which I don't because I'm not good at it. But yeah, that's Hot Pot. Pretty easy. I guess I play the more difficult way by matching 3 of a kind. But But that's kind of just the way my brain works. It likes to do it that way better. Let's do it white win. Nothing that I want. Oh, heat root. Yeah, well. Nothing too exciting. Now I'm gonna go see if the market's open, but I'm not 100% sure. I also might have to just take a small little break just to get a quick snack. Because I have been talking a lot. Why is my camera? Okay. I was like, why is it? Hello? Wake up. It's acting weird. I'm not sure if it's because this game is like, has so many moving pieces that OBS is getting a little bit drowned out in the background. I'm trying to think. Actually, it might not actually be going on right now. But we'll check. Oh my god, stop it. There has been incidences where where I was hunting, actually, and not these guys, but where am I going? I'm getting lost in my thoughts. They're like little foxes or like little wolves. They would trip me up and they would actually like shoot you out of the map. It was quite funny. Because all of a sudden, if you were in a party and your party's like, where did you go? And you're like, oh, I'm just out in outer space. Don't mind me. Yeah, I don't believe the market's going, but... I think after I do this, I think what we'll do... So we'll go ahead and we'll just take a couple minute break. And then we'll continue on. And like I said, in the next stream, I might do some more quests. Show you guys how all that works. Yeah, no, see? So it's not going on right now. They actually block it off when it's not. But this is where it would be. Alright, so how much time do I have? 17 minutes? Screw it. I'll just run home. But yeah, you can win Zeki coins, same like you can through the black market. Or the underground market, I should say. And you can get different things. Stuffies. Furniture, ingredients. Kind of the same thing, but different games. Choppa Chase will lag you out if you don't have a good computer though, so keep that in mind. Choppa Chase is also really hard because for people who do have a really good computer, it seems to me like the Choppas pop up really quickly. And by the time you try to run and grab it, because essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to grab them and put them in their little pen, somebody has already grabbed it. And you'd be spam hitting the button and it wouldn't matter. And if you guys are interested, what I could do too is when I come back from my little break, is I could show you guys other people's plots and show you just how crazy these plots can get and how good people are with building and just making things. But, all right. I'm going to go ahead and just take a few minute break and I will be right back. All right, I have returned. Just needed to get a quick snack because I was starting to develop a little bit of a headache, but I think that's all good now. All right. So who wants to see some other players' plots? Maybe. There we go. So, like I said, this is kind of like the tour board. You can tour the Palian show home, which gives you kind of an idea as to what you are able to do. They'll give you different things, how to display your trophies, bedroom, kind of give you tips and tricks when you're first starting out. This is where the top people are, so these are the most reacted out of the entire game. This is your home. So last time when I submitted, it's been a very long time, I got 7 out of 10, and if I had gotten 10 reactions for this particular submission, I would have gotten this nameplate. That's really what it's all for. It's nameplates. Nameplates and tickets so you can buy the little jukeboxes that play their signature lo-fi music. I have the little jukeboxes in almost every single room, and each one plays different songs. But as long as my computer can handle it, I will show you guys people's houses. Sometimes they just submit blank houses. that are not well done and just get reactions. It's really poor taste, but it happens. But hopefully this isn't the case. Also, you'll be able to tell who's on PC and who's on Switch just by the little symbols. I'm curious to see that person's La La Land. But let's start with this. So he's got, I'm assuming, sorry, this person has top reaction of this. You can go over here too. So that's featured, trending, latest means people who literally just submitted, or you can have it random. And hopefully this doesn't lag out too much. But yeah, like, I don't even know how they got that. I don't even know how they get some of this stuff. I think this is part of, what's his face? Bataroo. But yeah, you can, like I said, you can go crazy. You could glitch things. You can have so many crafters. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. The possibilities are literally endless. And some people go really hard with it. This person's got multiple houses, I can tell. They turned it into like their crafting area. Pretty nice. Sometimes I get lost on these people's plots, though. I am not this in-depth. I don't have I don't have the patience, and I also just don't have the time to do all this. I don't have this much time. What is that? Oh wait, is that the music box? What is that? Huh. Sounds kind of creepy. But I think that's the... Yeah, there it is. I'm trying to remember whose music box that is. I think it's a Flow music box. But look at this. You can buy books to make bookshelves. I have a couple of books, but like those all cost money in-game money, but like holy crap. I have this fish. I do not have him as a gold starfish, but he is an epic. He's the top fish you can get, and he's an absolute pain in the ass. He's one of the hardest fish to reel in. Yeah, see, a lot of people like to do the themed rooms. Oh, so they have relationships with multiples. Gina, Kenyatta, Tish. Tish. Oh, there's Hassan and Tao. I'm already lost. Can you actually play it? Oh, you can. I hate Heavy Metal Chopper, though. It's so hard to play. Very nice. I like it. Looks cute. Kind of makes mine look like crap. No. Like I said, you guys don't want to get discouraged by seeing all this stuff. Because, like I said, people spend hours. Some of these people have thousands of hours dedicated to this game. It's insane. And then sometimes they take really long breaks and they don't want to touch it anymore, so... they want that reaction. I'll just give them that. Now we'll return home. So yeah, that's pretty much how tours work. And like you saw that I got some tickets. And if I wanted to, I think I have them all. You could go over here. They have a little store. And you can either get nameplates with the tickets, or you can get all these jukeboxes. And wallpaper. And flooring. Yeah. That's pretty much it, though. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Of course, there are probably a few things that I have left out here and there because I can't remember absolutely everything. If you guys have any suggestions, if you would like to see me do a little bit more in today's stream, we can. Or we can go ahead and wrap it up, and I will continue on next Thursday. And we could do some more fishing and hunting. And like I said, I want to do some quests with you guys. I think it'll be easier if I do quests with my community instead of doing them by myself, because they're boring. They are. It's a lot of running around. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun talking about this game. Like I said, I have many hours into it. I actually can't see how many hours I have into this game, only because I downloaded this off of their website when they first started. So anybody who's playing on Steam can see how many hours, but I'm sure I have a lot. You know what we should do, though, before I leave? Take care of my plants, because that's one thing I haven't done today. And then I think we might call it. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. My allergies have been so bad. Spring is definitely trying to get here, but it's not fully here yet. 6 a.m. is when the plants will have to be rewatered. So if you, I don't know what time it is, I didn't even look. So yeah, so this is pointless because I'm going to have to do this and then I'm going to have to do this again. Because as soon as 6 o'clock rolls around, they're going to need to be watered immediately. And you do need to weed. There are some patterns you can do to where you don't have to weed with certain vegetables. It all depends. Did I get a flow seed today? Oh, I did. We got a flow pine cone. Sweet. We can add it to our little flow grove over here. So when you get to that quest and when you are able to get those and you do get flow seeds, you can plant them and chop them down when you need flow wood. But I think you can only get them every 12 hours, and you're not guaranteed a flow seed. Actually, what am I doing? I gotta go over here into my toolbar. Plop that right there. And we'll get it started. There. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. And like I said, it does autosave, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's really nice. Go ahead and end that. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I've had a lot of fun. I have been really, really excited to stream this. I was a little nervous because, like I said, this wasn't a game I was ever intending on streaming, but I know the mechanics really well. I know a lot about it, and I'm really far into the game. For anybody who is joining me, I've been playing Palia for 2 years, pretty much when they started. So it is definitely a game that is near and dear to my heart, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we're going to continue on playing this on Thursdays. We're going to continue on playing Kingdom Hearts on Mondays to give it a bit of a break. And then we might switch it up. We might play Sims on Thursday. We might play Disney Dreamlight. I haven't done that, and we have a lot of quests we need to do in that. Absolutely. It's been a blast. I know I've been jabbing the entire time, but I hope you guys got some information out of it. And if you are interested in it, the game is absolutely free. You don't have to buy anything. Don't worry about the costumes. Don't worry about none of that. And it's just a really relaxed game. So if like you're playing a really heavy like quest game or action game or whatever you play and you just want to sit down and relax, Palia is definitely for you. But But, all right. I'm going to take a breath because I talk so fast sometimes. I got to catch my own breath. I hope to see you all on Monday. I'm going to do the Montrose level, finish it by myself, and then we are on to Atlantica. So if you guys are enjoying watching that, stop on over. I do have a Discord if you guys are interested and you want to stop by and say hello. I communicate very often in there, so you can stop by and say hello to anybody who's joined my little cloud army. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see everybody on Monday. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.